Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Mundane Matt, and yes, this is one more video about Milo Yiannopoulos, but this is something that I feel is important to say and important to showcase, because there has been a huge amount of bullshit heaped on him over the course of the past couple days. His entire career, as it currently stood or as it did stand, is over. It's done with. Him moving forward is going to be doing a new thing entirely, but he announced this morning, right before his press conference, that he would be resigning from Breitbart as a technology editor. He thanked them for their time, for helping his career, but, you know, he's moving on. And many people out there, including myself, read between the lines. I mean, given everything that was thrown at him over the course of the past couple days, losing CPAC, losing his book, his job was going to be next. Rule of threes, it happens. So all I can say about that is I wish Milo the best going forward. He did say he's going to be starting his own new media venture, focusing on more like online commentary videos, education, and entertainment, and less about journalism. He's kind of moved on past that. And to be fair, he's not wrong. I think given everything that's happened and everything that's happened with him over the course of the past year, yeah, he's kind of transcended journalism, moving more into opinion pieces, so on and so forth. But that being said, he was very serious and somber during the majority of his press conference. And I am going to play some clips for you guys here in a second about that. But the reason why I wanted to make this video, again, talking about the hypocrisy of all this, is because a lot of people out there, especially on the left, have been accusing Milo of being pro-pedophilia, pro-pederasty, whatever it's called, pro-hebephilia, all those kind of things, of which he's not. And if you really listen to what he says, he's not. But the way that the things were taken out of context on the Drunken Peasants stream, as well as even the Joe Rogan podcast or the Joe Rogan Experience, you can see precisely what kind of person Milo is. Milo's the kind of guy who likes to push the limits. If you look at the Joe Rogan thing, he is very much trying to get a rise out of Joe, and he's very similar to Trump's grabbing the pussy line, trying to keep one-upping the conversation for the sake of just having a laugh. It's what people tend to do. We always try to outdo each other when it comes to making jokes, and if you try to deny that, I think you're just lying to yourself. That is what a lot of people out there do, especially when you're talking to your friends and you're in an environment kind of like what they were doing. Similar with the Drunken Peasants. It's a you know, a couple hours stream. They're shooting the shit. These discussions get out there. Stuff gets floated around. Again, in this particular case, there was a lot that was taken out of context, which brings me to the point I want to make about this is kind of George Takei versus Milo Yiannopoulos. Why is one thing okay to talk about and not chastised to the point of where Milo was, but Milo making comments that he backpedaled on, that he definitely walked back, that he clarified his statements, stuff that was taken out of context is not. And what I want to show you guys first is this clip from George Takei on the Howard Stern show, talking about when he was molested by an older male. And I just want you to listen to how cavalier they're having that conversation, right? Just how cavalier they are and how much joking around is happening as a result. And if you think it's bad, it's because it is. But just listen, and then we'll jump back.
And you sat there and he touched you, and did you feel molested in a way?
What?
Were you molested in a sense because you were 13?
because I was kind of
willing.
You know, I thought he was pretty attractive.
Right.
And he was.
And you wanted to know why you felt this way.
Yes.
Today's lesson, how to turn a blonde arm brown.
Now, wait a minute. What does he do? So he starts touching you how?
You know, I don't know if I need to hear all that.
I mean, does he put a hand on your knee, or does he put his arm around your shoulder?
Around my shoulders, and then, you know.
He blew you.
He started, you know, touching the private parts. And,
was he gazing into your eyes the whole time? Was he saying anything?
oh, yeah, he was telling me about, you know, how
he's gay.
works.
And what did he do? Did he perform oral sex on you?
It was a hand job.
Hand job.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
But did he? Any kissing?
Yes, oh, yeah.
Oh, sure. Well, who wants a hand job without kissing?
I don't know how these.
Yeah, right? What the fuck? Oh yeah, we were just kissing, you gave me a hand job, it was great. I mean, it's like, no one cared. Now, granted, this audio clip came 11 years ago. This is 11 years ago. This is not now. Probably, again, a different time frame. But 11 years versus 1 year, ultimately, in the overall spectrum of time and space in the world as we know it, is 11 years, or is it really that much of a difference? He still said it. It's still out there. It's still record, so on and so forth. But in the last 11 years, Takei has become this huge advocate, in the meme war, right? Let's be fair. He's a meme lord. So is Milo Yiannopoulos. They're two sides of a different coin in terms of how they approach these kind of social situations, but they do so using memes and internet humor, and people love them both for it. Right? Again, they're on two different ideological sides of this coin. And that's the thing. Why is it okay for George to make those comments 11 years ago and not lose his Taco Bell sponsorship or not lose anything else he's done? But Milo makes comments a year ago and, oh no, it's this huge thing ever. Again, the hypocrisy levels there are staggering. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I've stopped referring to myself as a liberal, as a Democrat. I can't be a part of an organization that politically that acts in this particular manner. And this is why I speak out against the regressive left and why I speak out against social justice warriors. And again, now we're seeing the regressives on the right as well, and we're seeing the social justice warrior tactics on the right as well. And the horseshoe theory, is happening, and we're seeing all these things, and it's like, you got to call it out when you see it. And I'm not trying to single out George Takei. I'm not trying to say, oh, we need to watch his life go bye-bye or nothing like that. I'm not. I'm pointing out that everyone attacking Milo Yiannopoulos, but letting George Takei get away with this, getting away for the same exact fucking thing is very much a problem. It is very much a fucking problem. And it shows you how the media was reacting to this and how come the media was treating Milo like he had the scarlet letter, like he was an outcast, like he was a leper, all of these things. And it's because he doesn't share their ideals, whereas George Takei does, and that's why they gave him a free pass, which is bullshit. You cannot champion for these kind of statements to not be in existence and then allow it when one of your friends does it or someone you like does it. It's one of the hardest things we can do as commentators on the internet is to call out our own side when they fuck up. But that the left doesn't do that. And to some extent, even the right doesn't do that. It's always flinging across at the other side instead of looking introspectively at your own party, which is one of the reasons why we are in this divide where we are. So I want to show you guys a bit of Milo's conference. Just listen to his voice. Listen to him actually walk back the statements that he made to talk about his leaving a Breitbart, and just listen to what he's saying. You can see that this is Milo at his most serious. This is not Milo Yiannopoulos, the performance artist. This is not Milo Yiannopoulos, internet provocative Oscar Wilde-esque troll. This is a guy who made some comments in a live stream. Video's been out for over a year in both cases. And he was treated like a social pariah, treated like a pro-pedophile, child-abusing son of a bitch, which we know isn't true, but it doesn't matter because the fiction outweighs the facts here. The rhetoric and the hyperbole outweigh the facts when someone like George Takei can say something similar and in far more graphic detail. And yet, no one bothers to question the response, not only from him, but from Howard Stern. And that's something I want many people out there to pay attention to. So I'm going to end the video with Milo's clips. Just want you guys to watch it. I want you guys to look at it. And then I want you guys to realize that we are in a world right now where we need to engage in open dialogue. We need to engage in a discussion. And it's like I said on Twitter, having an open dialogue leads to a conversation. Conversations lead to discussions. Those lead to change, and change is good. And that is something we all need to champion. Dave Rubin said the free speech wars have begun. This is a prime fucking example of why we all need to take a stand against people trying to shutter the ideals of free speech. Because people out there are going to come back and say, oh, but free speech just means the government ain't going to come and take away your speech. And that is true. That is what it means on paper. But it's transcended that in the social spectrum. It is an ideal and one worth protecting. And if you protect the freedom of speech of one of your allies to talk openly on a shock jock radio program about being molested in detail, but you attack somebody else for making comments about dealing with his own abuse, that is hypocrisy. And you can't have that if you want to have a society that functions and works towards the betterment of the future of everybody, which is one of the reasons why this political divide we find ourselves in is only going to get worse. And so I'm going to end it with that. Go ahead, leave your comments below, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later, and Good luck on the internet. Don't fucking trust anybody because someone out there is probably going to try to fuck your day over.
I will never stop making jokes about taboo subjects. Go into any drag bar or gay club and you will hear joke after joke after joke about clerical sexual abuse. I'm not afforded the same freedom to make those kinds of jokes because the media chooses to selectively define me as a political figure in some circumstances and a comedian in others. And also, of course, because I'm a conservative. But I said some things on those internet live streams that were simply wrong. My employer, Breitbart News, has stood by me while others caved. They've allowed me to carry conservative and libertarian ideas to communities that would otherwise never have had them. They have been a significant factor in my success, and I'm grateful for the freedom and for the friendships that I forged there, which is why today I'm resigning from Breitbart effective immediately. My book, Dangerous, has received interest from other publishers after my previous publisher, Simon & Schuster, informed me they no longer wish to release it. The book will come out this year as planned, with perhaps an additional chapter. I'll be donating 10% of my royalties to child sex abuse charities. I haven't ever apologized before, and I don't anticipate ever doing it again. Name-calling doesn't bother me, and misreporting doesn't bother me, but to be a victim of child abuse, and at the same time be accused of being an apologist for child abuse, is absurd. I regret the things that I said. I don't think I've been as sorry about anything my whole life, and this isn't how I wanted my parents to find out about this either.